Okay. So I think that without further ado, those who are interested can connect. The call is open. I would like to welcome you to this webinar, which is the third of the series Technical Talks of CTSoc. And I'm going to share my screen for a brief introduction to this event. Okay. You should be able to see my screen. Okay. Yes. So, as I said, this is the third webinar of this series called Technical Talks of CTSoc. I just want to give you a brief overview of this event. As Vice President of Technical Activities of Consumer Technology Society. So the technical activities area is one of the areas of Consumer Technology Society. By the way, is one of the areas of any IEEE society, and is in charge of managing the technical activities of the society in relation with the other areas like publication, conferences, industry, standards, history, and stuff like that. The technical activities area has launched two major initiatives over the last 2 years, the technical committees and the future directions committee. Considering the technical committees, IEEE Consumer Technology Society has launched 15 technical committees. Here you see their names, which are responsible for supervising, handling the activities regarding these major areas of consumer technologies and consumer electronics, just to tell some names: smart cities, audio and videos and signal processing, automotive, consumer communication networks and connectivity, power and energy, healthcare and well-being, entertainment and gaming, HMI, Internet of Things or Internet of Everywhere and edge computing, machine learning, deep learning and AI, quantum computing, security and privacy, sensors and actuators, smartphone and mobile devices, virtual, augmented and mixed reality, and metaverse. So the organization of the technical activities areas include these technical committees, their chairs, vice chairs and secretaries, some VPs of IEEE CTSoc, myself as the chair of the technical activities area and board, CTSoc president, VP of conferences, Professor Nobuo Funabiki, VP of publication, Professor Fabrice Labo, VP of industry and standard, Rahed Abdullah, the chair of a Future Directions Committee, Fabrice Labo, and this idea of the technical committee was launched by former president of CTSoc, Professor Wahab Al-Mutadi, and now supported by the current president, Wenchun Kao. The technical activities and the technical committees with their chairs are considered the engine of the society. Each technical committee has its own website, and these are the current officers. The technical committees welcome new members. Initially, the membership has been established by looking at the performance and the involvement of colleagues in consumer technology, consumer electronics, now Consumer Technology Society. But new members can join through this application form, which is accessible on the website of CTSoc. Of course, maybe those connected today are members, but if you know new members who are willing to join, please direct them to this form. Currently, we have approximately between 1850 and 850 and 900 approximately members. Of course, this number is growing. As you know, it's distributed over the various technical committee. And of course, if you know someone who is willing to join, please invite them to join. Currently, you don't need to be an IEEE member to become a member of the technical committees. Why? It's important to be a member of the technical committee because these committees and the technical activities area support CTSoc activities in all the areas: conferences, publications, standards education, and history. They are responsible for investigating, evaluating, promulgating, and fostering current and emerging technologies and application in the areas of interest of CTSoc, create new committees that could investigate new areas, and establish and support and cultivate the relations with other societies, other councils, other organization unit within CTSoc, and also encourage the formation of new initiatives through the CTSoc Future Directions Committee. The technical committees have a number of roles, number of duties, like they review and approve the call for papers of conferences of CTSoc. They support conferences by contributing papers and provide reviewer. They provide publicity. They collect nominations for new members in the organizing and technical program committee of conferences. They provide conference tracks and session chair, but this is just what they are doing for the conferences area. They have also supported the search for new associate editor positions in journal, the organization of special section in journals, the organization of workshops and special session in conferences. We are engaged in other IEEE initiatives like the IEEE Digital Privacy Initiative and new ones that are growing. We are supporting the collaboration with other society like the Signal Processing Society, the Audio Engineering Society. We launched special interest groups like on the metaverse, and we are organizing, among other things, the technical talks of CTSoc. The idea has been to take the idea developed within just some of our technical committees and make this idea become something shared across the whole consumer technology society. So we started in June, then in July with some talks, and today, October 30, we do have two speeches. As you can see, they represent two different technical committees, and we'll continue in the next month with speeches from the other technical committees. So today, it's my pleasure to introduce you two speakers who represent the Technical Committee on Entertainment and Gaming, or ENT, Dr. Miao Song. She works at Concordia University. She's an affiliated professor of computer science and the Faculty of Fine Arts. Her research involves a mix of interactive environments, cinema and documentaries, 3D computer graphics, and realistic physics-based simulation and haptics responsive environment. She is the founder and president of the China-Canada International Film Festival and NGO Canada-China Art Tech, as well as a tech company, M-Dream Pictures, Inc. She will give us today a speech titled AI Creation Tools for Narrative Construction and Generative Arts. And she will, her speech will be followed by another talk by Alberto Cannavò. Dr. Alberto Cannavò is currently an assistant professor with the Department of Control and Computer Engineering of Politecnico di Torino in Italy. His research interests include computer graphics and HMI. He is the chair. He has been the chair for the virtual reality, augmented reality, and display track at ICC Las Vegas 2022. He was also the co-organizer of a workshop in the flagship IEEE Virtual Reality Conference in 2022. Alberto will give us a speech titled Designing for the Metaverse, Virtual Environments and Social Interactions. They both are officers of these technical committees, ENT and VAM. I really want to thank them for offering to give these talks today. I really thank you for joining today. If you need more information on the technical activities and technical committees, please take a picture, frame this QR code. You will be directed to the main page of the technical activities area. So it's my pleasure now to leave the floor, ladies first, to Dr. Miao Song for her speech. Thank you again for offering to talk today. Miao?
Thank you. Yes, I'm here. I will start to share my screen. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, great. Basically today, the presentation is really brief because I just want to use a few examples to showcase the AI tools related to the very hot topic, ChatGPT. A lot of colleagues around me, I ask them, have you been using ChatGPT and the plugins for video editing or storytelling and all that, as if not many researchers have been using that. So I think it's good to show a few tools and exploring and see if you have a more interesting ideas to share with me as well. So I'm from Concordia University, as Fabrizio introduced briefly. My background is in multidisciplinary, so my major is in computer graphics, but I also work with interactive media, like motion capture and real-time graphics video, etc. So here actually is another presentation I did recently. I generated with Hadron. I don't know how many of you use a digital character and digital twins. So that's something related to the metaverse later, our presenter as well. So just quickly show, of course, it's like talk about in Chinese and just use my picture and then generated this video. So it's really convenient. Of course, it can be in any of the languages, whatever you want to have. So those are also other images here. I will close that. So the cartoon characters generated from my photo by another colleague. So with the Mid-Journey. So in general, those AI tools, of course, can enhance the creativity because then a lot of tools probably you have seen, or even the text usage from ChatGPT can generate the stories, books, and the images. They just use some description in the text, and then it can give you a lot of impressive graphics, such as those ones. Also, it's a foster the innovation because now for many of the people who are not artists, who cannot have the skills of drawing or animation or video editing, it also helps you to open another door. So currently there is, from what I research with, because I work with all these real-time graphics and the video installations, so far I don't really see any real-time based generation for this AI related graphics and videos, the tools. But I hope in the future there could be more tools aligned in that direction, so that also can give the independent media artists a lot of tools to work with. So I believe they're lead to the innovation. Of course, it saves time and money, right? So many of you have been benefiting from the ChatGPT, from myself as well, right? We use the ChatGPT to write the grant and to generate the graphics and design the posters. So I have the a number for some companies based in China. Actually, the whole company just one person, and it uses a digital capture to generate a bunch of the videos. Even the videos can be edited by the AI. So instead of for 1 week to edit maybe 10 videos, but one day they can generate about 1,000 videos, short videos for TikTok and all social media. Personalization, same for this character. I think it's quite unique for me. It represents me, but it's not really me. I think also that could be interesting. Digital twins, right? So that's a concept. Also for automated content creation, as I mentioned, and also some AI tools actually can execute exactly what we're doing if you have a working pipeline, the procedure from the storyboard and to video, to sketches, to the mood board, to video editing, and to the whole bunch of the video to connect to as a full film together. AI also can make the whole pipeline more automated. So automation, of course, is the key in the future to reduce the cost and improve our creativity. So currently my presentation is in Canva, and Canva recently moved to next level. Is all AI based. So I think just the last month, it has a brand new AI based pipeline. So within Canva, I can show you now. It's my interface. So there is the app here. So actually from the Google AI based like Imagine and also DALL-E. So if you can just describe anything here, say a cat sits in front of the door. So then it can give you just some image. Of course, your description is more detailed. It will give you better the images. So for Google Imagine, it's also a similar way. It's all user right. So if you want to have different styles, like a cartoon look and all that, it all can give you different type of the style of the images. So that's the little pipeline here. But of course, there are all AI-based tools. If you are interested in explore in the future, that's a lot of things to learn from here. And right. Next one is I want to show from the ChatGPT, the plugin. From this March, only about 11 plugins inside ChatGPT. Now, almost 1,000. This number actually was from 2 weeks ago. Probably here now it's more than 1,000 plugins. So I selected 2 of that. It's related to the storytelling and the script and the video generating. Let me see. Okay, I'm not sure if it's successfully connected over here. Okay, something wrong here, but I still want to show you the interface here. If you want to have a new chat, so basically, you can select all these plugins. So with this more than 1,000 plugin, of course, you need to research on that with what will be best one. So CapCut is for video editing. Actually, I'm not going to test over here. You can do this by yourself. If you want to just add a bunch of plugin, there is a plugin store. I realize many of my colleagues at university, they don't really know this tricks here. So that's why I feel like it's interesting to introduce. And also for the script, for the script plugin, this red one, it just can generate your script. And then for this Visla, it can produce you the like the relative the footage, and you can do this editing later. So the CapCut is for TikTok, connect to TikTok. So you can also have subtitles in different languages and the voiceover. So everything for production of the videos has been also embedded in ChatGPT. So it's really convenient. Okay, we will continue. So I will not show you some examples here, but if you just even ask anything, it will give you quite a relative interesting video and the results. Okay, I will let this character stop here as well. So basically, you can also have this embed in your application here. So it's a Hadrian. So this I can show you quickly. If you just select a random character, you can upload your own. And I believe you can use this one. And then you can, yes. And then you can describe, say, hi, welcome to my channel. You can type your own, and you can choose the voice. You can preview the voice, and then you can generate the video. So that's as simple as that. After you generate video, and then it will show up over here, appear here. Of course, with a different language as well. Okay, so what I did for this one, I just copy paste the whole thing and dump to Hadrian, and it will just produce me the voiceover with this character. So currently we have several AI text to video tools, like also some related technology as well, like deepfake. So I believe we're all familiar with this. Pika Labs is a powerful text-to-video platform. Also can help you the creativity. So OpenAI's DALL-E and the Clip, I just show you briefly what DALL-E can do with the images, but it definitely can produce videos and very impressive as well. So Runway is another very powerful tool. So it's a platform provides a intuitive interface and various trained models for creating AI-powered applications. So we also use Runway to, based on our own project, to work with the Shanghai Grand Theater. It's for a story like 1,000 years ago. So we just describe some content, and it's, of course, there are some limitations. The video resolution is kind of low, and it's very short. The video the current version can produce. You can also train the model, then can make more the relevant results as relative to your project. So a few other very interesting tools as well. I open the here. Okay, here is a Hadrian. Actually, that's my personal project. I use another drawn character. So that's a kind of background. You can do that in ChatGPT. You can do that in Canva. Also, you can also log into Hadrian interface itself. So I just plug in. So that's the poem my daughter wrote many years ago. So I just feel like that's her drawing as well. I feel it's interesting to make it animated. Yeah, so she liked it. Then, okay, so that's another one I just introduced over here. So called Deep Dream. So it can produce quite interesting images. And also, if you see you see the description is something you like, and you can modify based on this description to have the similar tune, then to make your own unique images. It's quite impressive. But some people also criticize on this as well, say, oh, after you watch a bunch of AI generated images, you feel like it's boring or tiring already. But I think this still gave quite unique looking. So also those users, they call themselves dreamers. So you can also see the people they post their works. So that's just one person can post a tons of like 1,000 more than 1,000 images in the last 30 days. So if it's not AI, it's impossible. So that's a amount of work AI can help to generate. So that's all last 30 days, like more than 1,000 work. Okay. I want to also introduce this one. This one called the ideogram. So basically, for all this software I have introduced you, even though you see the image is quite interesting, like Midjourney, OpenAI, DALL-E, stabilities, and all that, but they don't deal with the text very well. So this software, they deal with the text very well. It's unique for text. So I have something open here. Yes. So if you have a web page, then you can just go to the home. Then where's the home? Okay. Oh, okay. Anyways, so that's one of the things you can change over here. If you like this similar, they all work a similar way. So if you like the description or the images, you want to just modify based on that, you can just redescribe the text, modify the text, and then you regenerate the images. Okay, it takes so long. Anyways, we'll come back later. Yeah, we will expect it will just generate the Bob, replace the Bob by meow, because I only modify the text over here. But definitely you can describe to generate other stuff. You can also have a bunch of images and then you edit them into a movie clip. Now I want to watch together this hallway. So this actually the whole movie, 1 minute, has been fully generated by AI, by this software. Let me see if I shared my sound. Okay, now. I found it's very impressive because the whole storytelling and the images. So that's really next stage of film production with all AI generated. Of course, there are games using AI-based character as well. We will just briefly see the quality. Can I?
We are thrilled to showcase an immersive and dynamic interaction between a player Kai and a non-playable character named Jin. This captivating ramen shop scene was created by NVIDIA using the latest RTX rendering technologies. NVIDIA collaborated with Convey, an NVIDIA Inception partner, to showcase how developers will soon be able to use NVIDIA Riva, Nemo, and Audio to Face for AI-powered speech, conversation, and animation. These models were integrated into the Convey Services platform and fed into Unreal Engine 5 and MetaHuman to bring Jin to life. Please take a look.
Hey Jen, how are you?
Unfortunately, not so good.
How come?
I am worried about the crime around here. It's gotten bad lately. My ramen shop got caught in the crossfire.
I will just show a bit here. I want to emphasize for my research in interactive storytelling, actually also overlapping with the domain of video games. So I do believe video games and traditional filmmaking, especially with the enhanced AI technology, will be close the gap. The gap will be smaller and smaller. Another thing, I also want to just quickly see for other usage of the AI based, it's in the vocab over there. So that's some of other related to hardware and technology in interactive mocap. So that's also part of my research area as well. The last piece page is here. So we also host the AI platform for creativity. Instead of the new generations and artists, we question if we should use AI or original creativity. Now we really encourage the young artists to embrace the AI. So we have this competition. Of course, we are facing a lot of challenges because people are questioning originality, right? So now the artist, it's your own work or it's machine-based work. So might the artist rely too much on AI tools and lose their creativities? Some also questions can be technical limitations, and AI still has its limitations at this moment, such as some software with a low resolution and all that. How can it be combined with the traditional artistic techniques? For the future, AI collaborates with humans to pioneer new art forms. In education and workshops, we could teach artists how to use these tools, and future technology innovations, such as using quantum computing for artist creation, and so on. So me personally, I'm very confident with the AI-based tools, and very looking forward to the new era of the creativities. That's all. Yeah, hopefully next time when I do my presentation, I can showcase some of the work from my research group. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miao, for this very interesting and inspiring presentation, which really show us what's going to happen in the in this context at the intersection between the AI, generative AI, large language models on the one side, and the world of entertainment, of graphics, etc. So it's really, really inspiring. I would now leave the floor to Alberto, and then keep the questions at the end for both you and Alberto. I think that the topic is somehow related, luckily today, not always. In this case, we are happy. We are very lucky with this. So Alberto, once again, Miao, thank you very much for this excellent presentation, as the comments are coming. And Alberto, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, as well.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Alberto Canavo, and from Politecnico di Torino, from Italy. And today I am very honored to represent the technical committee related on virtual reality, augmented reality, and metaverse. Today I will talk about the design for the metaverse, and especially the design for virtual environment and social interaction. Before getting into the detail of my talk, I want to just briefly introduce myself. As said by Professor Lamberti, I'm currently an assistant professor with time contact at the Department of Control and Computer Engineering at Politecnico di Torino. And during my PhD, I worked on the design of interfaces for human-centered production use of computer graphic assets. Now my field of interest mainly regard computer graphics and human-machine interaction, and more specifically, I'm presently conducting research in the areas of virtual reality and virtual humans in collaboration with my colleagues at the Vieret Polito Research Lab. And for what is concerned my involvement in the consumer technology society, I'm contributing from several years, not only as author, but also serving as officer in the VAMTC and in the technical committee for some CTSoc conference and journals. As I mentioned before, I'm currently collaborating with the Vieret Polito Research Lab. Before entering in the detail of this talk, I want just to briefly introduce this initiative. The Vieret Polito initiative was launched by the Board of Governance of Politecnico di Torino on November 2017, and the laboratory works on the cutting-edge technology in the field of virtual augmented extended reality more in general. And more specifically, the aim of this research lab is to design and develop and testing innovative and services capable to enhance not only the research activities, but also the teaching activity at the Politecnico di Torino. As shown in this slide tries to summarize some of the activities that are currently carried out in our lab for what it concerns the area of extended reality, human-machine interaction, and simulations. As you can see, the range of activity includes different areas spanning from education and training to simulation, digital twins, virtual humans, just to name a few. In this context, we recently started to look at the research challenges related to metaverse and its application in the everyday life. The metaverse, in fact, could become promised to be one of the greatest achievements in the last decade, especially in the tech world. It promised to give us the possibility, for example, to access movies, concerts, meetings, social events in a totally totally digital world. But I want to pose a question in this talk. This is something concrete, or it is just a running revolution that is transforming the way in which we are using the cutting-edge technologies? In this talk, I will try to provide an answer to these very hot questions by presenting the research activities that are currently carried out in our lab. Starting by considering the metaverse, the real interest surrounding this topic, the metaverse, experienced a renewed momentum after, as you know, Mark Zuckerberg announced in 2021 his intention to name the Facebook company to rename the Facebook company to Meta. This trend can be easily observed by, for example, looking at the number of search queries on the Google.com platform, and this data can be visualized on the graph on the left. But also in the scientific community, the metaverse become a hot keyword as suggested by the number of contributions and conferences and special issues on journal that start to be appeared in the literature. For instance, if you look at the graph on the right, you can see the number of documents, research paper, and etc. That are indexed by Scopus in the last year. This slide is just sort of a summary. It shows just the results of a Google search obtained by typing on Google the keyword metaverse. As you can see, this figure shows people wearing headset, new digital world, different kind of application scenario, etc. But what is really metaverse? Several definitions have been proposed in the literature, and as you know, the term was not invented by Zuckerberg, but it's already been used in science fiction novel entitled Snow Crash, that was written by Neil Stephenson in the 1992. And this novel marked the origin of the idea behind the metaverse, but the topic is different from what we now consider a metaverse. In 2008, the definition takes into account the persistence of the spaces and the possibility to create new contents. And more recently, the metaverse is defined as the new evolution of the internet in which a user can interact with other users by using avatars. In this speech, I want to focus on a definition that was proposed by the author of a recent work. You can see the reference at the bottom of this slide. And this definition was built by analyzing the scientific contribution published in the latest year and the major characteristic of the metaverse. And this analysis was conducted by using a systematic literature review approach. The metaverse in this work is defined as a combination of two terms, meta, that refer to the transcendences, and the universe. Metaverse is described in this work as a three-dimensional online environment that is persistent and immersive, and the users that are represented as avatar have the possibility to participate socially and economically with other users in a creative and collaborative manner, moving into these virtual spaces. As you can see, some words have been highlighted in this slide, since they are used to guide this talk regarding the activity carried out in our lab in the context of metaverse. More specifically, activities regarding the design and development of immersive virtual environment will be discussed first. Then the focus will move to aspects regarding social presence and interaction by presenting study on new way to convey emotions and interact with others. Finally, the definition that is shown in this slide underline the possibility for the avatar to access and participate both socially and economically. So this is where trust and safety and security aspect come into play. So the last part of this speech will be concluded by presenting two authentication schemes for the metaverse. Starting with research activity related to the design of immersive social environment, it is possible to notice that generating such environments has become a crucial aspect to ensure engaging, stimulating, and socially connected experiences. Moving from this consideration, we were involved in a project named Reading a Machine that envisages the collaboration of several parties coming from both the public service, so for example, it is involved the Turing Civic Libraries, but also from academia, so the Department of Historical Studies of University of Torino, our lab, and the Smart Data at Polito Central Lab. And also this project includes the participation of industry, in particular the Fondazione team. The goal of this project is to analyze the design criteria to be considered when generating virtual environment for the metaverse. To this aim, the creation of a meta library was considered as a case study. And more specifically, virtual reality technology was used to create the immersive virtual environments that allow readers, for example, to socialize, attend events, social events, participate with other authors, receive suggestions, and so on, etc. Gamification aspect have been also included in order to make the recommendation more engaging, more stimulating for the users. Banalizing both the characteristics of existing platforms such as Multilabs and VRChat, as well as the academic literature, it was developed the virtual environment that is shown in this slide. For example, in the image in the top corner, in the top left corner, you can see the space that in which an AI recommendation system provides some suggestion about the book to read for the user. On the right, the image on the right show some spaces that have been considered for make the user collaborate with other users and interact with other users. So a sort of social environment in which user can discuss about, for example, the books. And the platform also include a sort of virtual theater, sort of meeting room in which it is possible to hold or to host some social events. A user study was conducted to explore more in depth some aspects involved in the design of the virtual environment, and more specifically, we focused on the lighting and the layout of the rooms. And participants were requested to complete different tasks, considering a combination of this factor. At the end, we collect some feedback regarding the user experience, and we discovered that from a usability point of view, the environment presenting a low number of objects were preferred. Instead, considering the hedonic quality, the crowded environment were regarded as more stimulating and more engaging. For what it concerns lighting condition, we have not observed any particular outcome. Despite so moving to the possibility to convey emotion in a virtual environments, we can notice that despite the growing interest in avatars for the metaverse, research in this area is still in the early stages. So there is a limited research on assessing for example, the psychological or perceptual impact of avatar representation in immersive environment. Some studies have suggested, for example, to use avatar that are realistic, full body, and show some facial expressions. However, capturing facial expression is very difficult and challenging in virtual reality, especially for the fact that users are requested to wear some headset on his or her face. So new devices have been proposed to address this challenge due to the importance of having facial cues in conveying emotion. And one approach, besides using some hardware methodology, so related to some devices, especially targeted for tracking facial expression, is possible to use also a new method based on software method. For example, the lip syncing, based on the lip syncing, which involves synchronized animation on a speaking avatar. So we already saw some example in the previous talk. Besides trying to solve how facial expression are captured and reconstructed in VR, it also is essential to study how emotions are perceived from the user. So moving from these findings, we conduct a user study aimed at comparing two different methods for conveying emotion through realistic full body avatar in a metaverse-based multi-user scenarios. The former method was implemented by using consumer-level hardware, especially the HTC Vive facial tracker. And the second method is realized by leveraging on a software solution based on Salsa Lip Sync Suite. The two methods were evaluated in a user study that include more than 25 participants. In the experimental procedure, participants were asked to wear the head-mounted display and watch an avatar recorded in the virtual environment while playing out of 6 scenes that represent one of the Heckman basic emotions. After viewing a given scene in both methods, participants blindly rated them on relevant aspects regarding the social presence. For defining the protocol and the questionnaire, we use some standards and questionnaire presented in the literature. I don't want to enter in the detail of the results, but we observed that for specific emotions, there is a significant difference between the two methods, and especially the hardware method seems to be the best solution, especially for emotion like sadness and disgust. For other emotions, we don't found a very significant results. Go to the next topic, which is related to avatar and the possibility to activate non-verbal communication. We see that making this environment able to convey some kind of communication, so non-verbal communication, like for example an handshaking or other kind of non-verbal communication, is very important, because this is what it make difference between a real experience and a virtual reconstructed experience. And also we discovered that many social VR existing social VR platform does not have any kind of social interaction or based on non-verbal communication. For this reason, in this context, we explore 4 possible handshake interactions. So by focusing on a specific interaction, we designed a contrasted user study in which we tested 4 different approaches for create a social interaction to enable virtual handshaking. And the study was designed as a within subject design. In the experiment, participants were asked to perform the handshaking activity with the 4 variants. And at the end, we collect some metrics, subjective metrics regarding, for example, the embodiment, presence, social presence, usability, and the quality of the overall handshake experience. The experimental results showed that no significant difference in terms of embodiment, presence, and spatial presence, but the usability results were statistically significant for most of the factors investigated, highlighting an overall preference for recreating the handshake gesture with physical movements. So these results suggest us to focus on physical gesture, to replicate physical gesture in reality, and move this gesture on virtual reality interaction. Finally, when presenting the definition of metaverse, we talk about the possibility to involve user in social and economic activities. And this aspect can be translated into the need, for example, for mechanisms able to secure the identity of the user and protect their data. In this direction, research has been conducted on the design and development of authentication systems in a virtual environment. The first interface proposed, which is the one that is presented in the left part of this slide, propose a novel 3-dimensional authentication scheme based on a locking pattern. So the idea behind this system is to move into a 3D environment a well-known 2D authentication system. Different shapes and unlock pattern modes were evaluated, and we collected for objective and subjective evaluation. And from this result, we discovered the superiority of a specific shape to draw the pattern, in terms, for example, of login speed and usability factor. The second authentication scheme is based on asymmetric cryptography, and due to the adoption of this approach based on asymmetric cryptographic scheme, users are requested to generate and insert their personal and secret private key in the system. And so for this reason, we build new interfaces that give users the possibility to reconstruct this interaction, this key. The modality named the handled cube, in which the user can build the home key by assembling component into a movable structure, was preferred from the user. Also, in this case, we used both objective and subjective evaluation taken from the literature. So moving to the conclusion of this talk, this presentation has shown that moving from a single definition of the metaverse, it was possible to explore several challenges related to the metaverse and its applications. So, for example, starting from at the beginning of this talk, we discovered that the possibility to build engaging, stimulating, and socially connected experience is one of a possible research direction. Then the focus of this talk was moved on the avatars and study how it's possible to convey emotion and supporting, for example, non-verbal communication. Finally, we briefly discussed about security aspect, and we try to propose some authentication scheme. I think so. To conclude this talk, that in my opinion, the metaverse is not a so concrete things, but is just a running revolution, and many research challenges have to be outcome and to be solved before considering this metaverse as a concrete things. However, solving this challenge posed by the metaverse is obviously revolutionizing the way in which we use cutting-edge technology and interact with digital content. So this is my last slide. I hope that during this talk, the attendees can find some sort of inspiration, maybe for driving new research in the topic of metaverse. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks, Alberto, also for your talk. I think, as anticipated, this creates many connections between, of course, the two domains, yours and that tackled by Miao. I've seen in the chat that there was at least Kuzik who was asking whether do we have time for some questions. So I would like to thank you also, Alberto, and I would leave the floor to Kuzik for his question if he is still connected. It seems yes.
Hi.
Hi, Kuzik.
Hi, Fabrizio. Thanks. Thanks, Miao, and thanks, Alberto. I had just a couple of quick questions for Miao. Number one is, are all the ChatGPT plugins free with the ChatGPT subscription? Or are there any specific paid plugins even after we have paid ChatGPT?
You need to use ChatGPT version 4, which I think maybe $20 per month.
Right.
After that, you can enable plugin at the settings. Please.
Okay, awesome. Okay, that was the first. And the second question was, so you mentioned Midjourney, right? So Midjourney, from my understanding, it uses GANs, right? The generative adversarial networks. But what I have a doubt is that in a GAN you have this generator and discriminator, that tussle that happens. Is that tussle happening from when we give the prompt, and then you have the generator and the discriminator, which keeps on tussling until you find a good output as per the prompt? Is it that which happens, or is it that there is already a I would say it looks at the input tokens and says, okay, so if, say, for instance, the same example that you took, right, a cat sitting on the side of the door. So so you already have, so for instance, for the cat token, you already have a good generated cat, and for the door token you already have a generated door, and it's just basically putting the two of them together. I mean, I want to know whether is it the former or is it the latter.
In general, those type of application all have a very similar approach. Is you use your languages to describe what you want. The more detailed, for example, what color of the door, what type of cat, what type of style of the images you want the software to generate. Even different software will generate different styles, even though you have a same description. You really need to try out to see what will be best fit your requirement. It's more like experimental, but the method is you use your text to describe what you really would like the software to generate. The more details, the better. But some of the applications, they do have the approach you can train your data in advance. If I answer your question.
Yeah. So the generator discriminator is something which happens within while it is generating the output.
Could you please repeat again? You mean the process of generating the image?
Yeah, that's right. So the process of generating the image, does the generator and the discriminator, that tussle, or rather that fight between the generator and the discriminator, does that happen after we give the prompt and then until the time when it generates the output? Is that right? Is that correct?
I think so.
Okay. And the other quick question, sorry, is that I saw some, so I couldn't see any artifacts in the generated image, but I saw a little bit of artifacts in the actually the first movie that you showed, especially you could make out that it's a sort of unnatural movement. So, so if that is also using GANs, I'm a little bit surprised how it generates so nice images, but in the videos you can still see motion. So I wouldn't call them motion artifacts, but these are more of unnatural motion, right? A normal human being wouldn't move that way. So
Yeah. Oh, I understand your approach. What I introduce now more here is the application, how to use the software. You're talking about what type of algorithm they're using in order to make the software to be able to generate the images. It's more
right,
like software engineer process. So each software, I believe they are using different type of algorithm. So I did not have a chance to really dig into see what type of algorithm they are using. More from what I present is the application level. I understand because to us we also write some programs ourselves. We use GAN to deal with real time, because for other image or even sound and not real time ones, and the real time ones, they all use a different type of algorithm. Really depends on what you would like to achieve.
Okay, got it. So got it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Oh, thanks for the question, Kozika. Is there any other question for me or for Alberto? I think we are running out of time. Okay, I see that people have to switch to the other meeting, so I really thank you again. Soon we will publish the new dates for the 4th webinar. So once again, thank you very much, Miao. Thank you very much, Alberto, for your talks.
Thank you.
If you're interested, you can drop an email to them. You see their contacts or ways to contact them on the website of CTSoc. Otherwise, you can write me and I will forward your emails to put you in contact. Thanks again for attending, and see you somewhere else on CTSoc channels. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Mio. Thanks, Alberto. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.